Maybe, I'm not sure. Welcome to Clarington, where the Ravens get started a little bit early on us here. Cabana with the puck now. She's working her way up ice. She dumps it into the corner as Basquette gives chase. Puck onto a Clarington stick, back to the blue line where it's fired back in by David. Ravens Basquette tries to put it towards the net. That hits a defender and goes back into the corner. From the corner, the Clarington Flames have it. Ravens step up to seal the wall, but it gets to the blue line, and Macy's going to fire it back deep. From behind the net, Clarington picking it up now. They're going to work their way around as they reverse the play back in behind their net. Now reverse it again. The Ravens try to center it. That gets into some feet, and now from behind the net, a battle happening with Basquette and Cabana. Basquette comes out with it. She tries to put it out front. That's cleared to the wall by the Clarington Flames. Flames put it back out in the middle. Basquette goes back to the blue line. Shot from the blue line. That goes just wide of the net as it comes over to the near side of Cabana. Cabana back to the blue line for Macy. Macy with a slap shot just wide of the net as it goes over into the corner. Puck in behind the goal line as the Flames get it out into the neutral zone. Play red though as Tran walks in. Now she's going to get a shot blockered away by the goaltender as it goes into the corner. Now the play comes back down to the blue line and into the Raven zone. It's going to come down the length of the ice for icing. Apologies, we're having a bandwidth problem here, but we're going to give it a try. The play continues in behind the net. Now it's up to the near side. The Clarington Flames get it out to the neutral zone as the Ravens step up. It gets past the defender and down into the Raven zone as Hamadeh comes back down. Hamadeh with it. She's going to chip it up towards the blue line, but it hits a stick and comes into the near side. From the near side, the play comes along the wall onto Tran's stick, and Tran works her way up on the outside. Tran working up the near side. She's going to take a bit of a hit there as she goes down, but her sister steps in to help her out from behind the net. She gets blocked out from the coming out in front, and now the Ravens keep it in. Nishi holding the blue. Tran walking her way and battling forward at the high slot. Now Clarington gets turned back by Tran. Tran walks her way in with a shot just wide of the net. Ravens continue to put pressure on as they get the change to. Puck comes over to the near side. Now out to the top of the circle. Kay right on the side of the net. She's going to put it out front, and now the puck goes out into the slot, but the net comes off, and we have a stoppage in play. I have to apologize. We have a little bit of problem with our AV system. Looks like the wireless internet in the network in the building isn't strong enough. We flipped over to cellular service, so let us know if this works. Miguel out to take the face off Miguel. The puck's dropped. It goes right to the side of the net. Shot right on, saved by the goalie as it comes over to the near side. The Clarington Flames get control of it, and they get it out of the neutral zone. Kay steps up. She's going to pull it off the blue line. It comes back on the near side of the blue line. Sear steps in now, and it gets past her. Coming back down, Miguel has it. Miguel across for Morin. Morin with it on her stick. Morin doubles back, and she's being chased. From behind the net, Morin has the puck. She's going to pull it off the wall, looking for Sear. Sear picks that one up cleanly, and it comes through the neutral zone on Miguel's stick. Miguel from the outside chips it in deep. Now the puck is fired around over to the far side. Kay overskates the puck there as it gets fired out. Dropped again or blocked there by one of the Clarington Flames. Puck's going to come over to the near side as it misses the net. On the stick of Cabana, she comes back to the blue line for Sear. Sear from the blue line, she's going to put it towards the net. That hits some skates. Now Cabana puts it back down low. Clarington reads that. They seal the wall off, and now they're going to carry it up into the neutral zone, but it misses the pass. It goes over to the far side. Morin has it again. Morin with it on her stick. She's going to put it across D to D for Sear. Sear working her way up the ice looking for Cabana, but that play is read by Clarington, and Clarington picks it up in the neutral zone. They pass it out in the middle, and now it goes over to the far side. From the far side, a couple of moves, and now it turned over by Hernandez. Hernandez picks the pocket. Now she's going to come across for Cabana. Cabana skating in. She gets a little bit of interference on her as the play continues in the Clarington zone. Clarington chips it out to the neutral zone, picked up by Macy. Macy goes back to David. David with it on the stick up to the far side. Play read by Clarington. David unable to handle the Clarington player, and it gets into the slot cleaned up there by Macy. She gets at the outside, and Cabana works her way up ice with a little bit of room. Cabana dumps it in and goes for a change as Basquet comes out around the ice with it. Basquet with it on her stick. She drops it back for Tran. Tran unable to handle that one cleanly, and Clarington with a chip and a chase, and they're going to go around the first defender. They work their way into the net. A good stick check there by Macy, and now the play continues as Tran has it on her stick. Tran working her way up ice, looking for an opening on the near side, and she finds it. Works her way in behind the net. Now Tran stopping up behind the net. And now the Ravens come together with one of the Clarington players, and the play continues as the two players pick themselves up off the ice. David back to the neutral zone. She picks it out, fires it back in, and the wing comes in with a forecheck. Puck in the corner. Wing comes out with it. She tries to pass it out front. That gets through the blue paint and over onto a Clarington stick. Clarington with their attempt to pass hits a stick and now, a skate, and now the Ravens have a point blank. There's a shot saved by the goalie as it goes into the corner. Play continues from behind the net, walking out from behind the net. The Ravens opt to go back in behind the goal line, and now there's going to be a stoppage in play as the net comes off. We have 9 minutes remaining in the first period. Maybe just don't do that. Ravens need one more player on the ice. Out comes Tran. Tran's here and Kay out there for the Ravens forwards. Puck is dropped, face off won by the Clarington Flames. Ravens, though, they put some pressure on, and Clarington has to be careful to get it around the near side. They double back as they get some pressure on them for Ravens, putting all the pressure on down low early in the first period here. Now the puck takes a funny hop off the wall, and it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Walking in with it is Clarington. Clarington cuts in and a shot, and it goes off the crossbar and wide. Play continues down into the Ravens zone, or into the Clarington zone. Sear holds it onside. Now it's offside, and they have to touch up. Play continues as the puck comes down to the Ravens zone. Cleared back around the near side by Nishi, and Cabana gives chase as it comes to the neutral zone. Clarington goes D to D, and as the puck comes off the wall, they try to clear it out. Play stays in. They're saying it went out and back in, and now we're offside. 8 minutes and 11 seconds remains in the first period. We're tied at 0. Face off just outside the zone. Puck over to the near side as the Ravens win that face off, but it comes back out into the neutral zone. Warren with it. Warren passes it forward for Cabana. It just gets over her stick. Now picked up by Clarington. They're going to take it in behind their net. Ravens McDonald chase her out from behind the net. Now the play goes into the corner. Cabana picks it up. Cabana wears a bit of a check there. She makes the play down low. It comes back to Cabana. Cabana walks her way back out for Morin. Morin with a shot. That hits a body and now bounces short side. Ravens just about get a stick on it as it goes through the blue paint, but the Clarington Flames are carrying it up ice. Clarington stop up in the neutral zone onto the stick of McDonald. McDonald with lots of ice. She's going to shoot it off the knob of the stick as the puck goes out into the corner. And the Clarington Flames carry it into the Ravens zone. Now a long shot from outside. Babcock keeps the play alive as she directs that into the corner. Play continues down in the corner. Now the Ravens dig it out. Hernandez from behind the net. She turns back as she's being watched. Now she's going to fire it around to the far side, but Clarington's the first one there at the blue line. There's a slap shot. It hits a body and goes high in the air. Ravens unable to handle it cleanly, and now they get to the outside, walking into a slot. Now it hits a player at the point and comes back out to the neutral zone. Clarington D to D and back again as they're trying to relieve themselves of some pressure. Now they walk between an opening there and walk over into the near side. A shot right on, and it goes in the back of the net. It hits Babcock's stick. It goes in behind her. They took early our lead here with 6:34 remaining in the first period. A short side shot on Babcock beats it. Face off, back to center ice. Puck is dropped, face off one to the stick of Macy. Macy feathers it forward. Ravens walking in with it, and they're saying offside is the call. As Wing didn't know where it was, and it came outside the zone. Tran with the out to get the face off. Puck is dropped. Tran gets it over to her winger, but that's picked up by one of the Clarington Flames. The Flames put it in behind the Ravens net. Ravens pick it up on the near side, and they reverse it back. It comes to the side of the net. Babcock plays it in behind for David. David with a couple of players on her. Now the play gets dug out by Tran. Tran passes it forward, and now into the neutral zone. From the neutral zone, it gets into the feet of one of the Flames, and the Flames get it back out into the neutral zone before the Ravens put it deep. Now from behind the net, the Clarington Flames overskate the puck, but pick it up again as they reverse the play back over to the other side. Puck comes out to the neutral zone, and Ravens get it. They're going to fire it back deep and go for a change. It's going to come off the end wall fast, and now the Ravens have to retreat back. There's lots of pressure on them. Now Kay with lots of ice there. She's going to walk her way into a shooting position. Kay loses a handle on it. Now it comes back to her. She gets her stick lifted, and it's going to get fired down ice. We have icing on the play against the Clarington Flames. 5 minutes and 19 seconds remaining in the first period. Ravens down 1-0. Face off in the Clarington zone down to the right side of the goaltender. Ravens here up to pick the face off. It's backhanded around behind the net by the Clarington Flames. From behind the net, it gets advanced towards the blue line. Play continues in the neutral zone as it hits center ice. Stepping up, Nishi goes for Kay. Kay unable to handle that pass cleanly, and now the Flames put it deep in their own zone. From behind the net now, they get their play read. Sear battling for it. It goes back in behind the net. And around to the far side, the Ravens defender stepped up on that one, and now the Ravens have to bring it back out into the neutral zone as they have some pressure on them. Amade unable to handle that one cleanly, and now Nishi has to be quick, and now there's a clear-cut breakaway shot saved by Babcock as it got just past Nishi, and the puck comes over into the corner. Now from the corner, the Ravens have to pick it up as it comes out to the middle, and now from the point, Clarington puts it towards the net. It's going to come off the end wall. A short side shot saved by Babcock. McDonald's going to get it. Now she's going to chip it forward, and Cabana's going to pick it up. Cabana coming through the neutral zone with speed. She's going to cut to the middle. Cabana from the middle with a shot right on, saved by the goaltender. 4:02 remains in the first period as the Ravens down by 1. Miguel to take the face off deep in the Clarington zone. Puck is dropped. Face off won by Miguel, but it gets onto a Clarington stick, and the Ravens have to be careful as there's lots of pressure on them. Play goes down into the Clarington zone, and from the Clarington zone, the defender is going to pick it up from behind the net. Now it comes out to the wall on the near side, or far side, and the Ravens trip over each other as the puck works its way through the zone and comes over to the near side. From the near side, the Ravens reaching for it. It's going to come right in on net, and Babcock's going to hold on to that one. With 3 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the first period, the Ravens down by 1. Hernandez up to take the face-off. Puck's dropped, face-off won by the Clarington Flames. It goes back into the blue line, and the Clarington backhanded over to the far side. Ravens put it out towards the blue line. Flames hold it in, and now back on the basket stick. Basket finds Wing. Wing with lots of room. Wing partial break. She's got some speed now. Wing working her way in. Oh, with a stick check at the last second. Wing unable to get a shot off. And there's a penalty called. And it's going to be head contact. Penalty is going to be against the Richmond Ravens. As Wing makes her way to the blocks. And the Ravens go on the penalty kill. With 3 minutes and 16 seconds remaining in the first period. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Ravens. Macy gets it on her stick and makes sure she gets it the length of the ice. Pressure seconds click off the penalty there to the Ravens as the Flames pick it up behind their net and work on their breakout. They get it out to Macy again in the neutral zone. Macy's going to look for an open wing and she fires it back down into the Clarington zone. Flames with it behind the net now. They get chased out by the Ravens basket. Puck comes back out to the blue line onto the stick with Tran. Tran puts it back in. Ravens put it back deep. Basket steps in, and now the puck comes back out of play as it's fired out of the wing or the Ravens. The Flames zone and into the players' bench. 2 minutes and 43 seconds remaining in the first period. 1:28 remaining in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens. Tran will pick the face off. She's got her sister Tran standing behind her with David and Macy back on the blue. Puck drop, face off won by the Ravens, picked up though by Clarington as they are able to load up the forward players. It gets dumped deep by Clarington, goes in around. First one there is David. David gets it on the stick. She puts it up off the wall. It gets to the blue line and held. Now from the blue line, it goes to the top circles on the far side. Picked up there by David. David is going to try and eat it in the corner as she gets some pressure on her. And now the play gets moved. Player puts it right out front. Babcock with a good poke check there to get it out of harm's way. Now it goes across seam. Shot saved by Babcock, who's there on that cross seam pass. Ravens unable to clear as the puck is held at the blue line. Now a centering attempt. It gets onto the stick of the Ravens forward, but she's unable to control it, and it gets a shot on, saved by Babcock, who's going to hold on to that one. We have 41 seconds. They'll have to find it. It's working. Ravens. Miguel out there for the face-off here. 41 seconds remains in the penalty to the Richmond Ravens. Now shot directed towards the net, comes up the side of the net. Babcock gets it on her stick, and the play gets cleared out to the blue line. From the blue line, hard slap shot right on, saved by Babcock in traffic, and she holds on to that one. Puck drop, Miguel picks it up, wings it in the corner. Nishi tries to get control of it. Miguel helps her out. It gets out to the blue line and it gets past the player and out into the neutral zone. From the neutral zone, the defender, she's going to pick that up. She reverses the play over to the near side now into the Ravens zone. It takes a hop off the back wall and Amadei gets it out to the blue line where it's held. Now a shot towards the net. Babcock's going to glove that down in 8 seconds. Remains in the penalty of the Richmond Ravens. 1:23 remains in the period. Miguel took the face-off. Puck kicked into the corner on the face-off win by the Flames. Miguel with it on her stick. She's going to headman it up the ice. 5-on-5. Ravens now 5-on-5. After they extend their penalty by a couple of extra seconds. Now the puck comes back out into the neutral zone. It's going to come all the way down ice. There's a bit of a foot race there as there's two Flames on the after the Raven. Ravens unable to clear. Now they get it into the neutral zone. Ravens now offside against the Flames as the puck comes together with a bunch of people there at the blue line. Face off just outside the zone. Hernandez to take the face off. Puck is dropped. Face off won by the Flames. Picked up by McDonald. McDonald with a couple of good moves there. She's working her way into the zone. McDonald with a backhand and now it goes into the corner. Hernandez with it on her stick. Hernandez with pressure on. She tries to backhand it in for McDonald. Now it comes back to Hernandez and out to the neutral zone. Inside of Hernandez's feet. Now the Flames have it. Flames with a chip into the Ravens zone. Sear in after it with pressure on her. Sear tries to backhand it and it gets picked up She gets some help there from Hernandez, who puts it back to the blue line, picked up by the Flames defender. She's going to put it into the Ravens zone. Morin in after. Morin with it on her stick. She puts it around looking for McDonald. McDonald can't handle that one. Gets back to Morin. Morin's going to pinch the wall, and now the play is going to get held with a second remaining. It's going to get stopped as the Ravens come out of the first period down 1. Shots on goal, 10-5 in favor of the home team. Welcome back as we get set to start the second period. Ravens down by 1. 15 minutes on the clock. Players making their way to their respective ends of the ice. McDonald for the face-off. Miguel and Hamadeh with their out front. Puck is dropped. Picked up by the Ravens forward, Hernandez. Hernandez looking for Miguel. Gets on the stick of the Flames, and the Flames bring it down to the Ravens zone. Flames stop up, and now Miguel goes to battle. And she gets some help from McDonald, but the play comes back the other way. Flames with it on the stick. Flames with a couple of shimmy moves, and they get put it to the outside. Puck comes over into the corner, and from the corner, McDonald steps over. Now it's on the Miguel's stick to get the blue line. Blocked by Miguel, and now Hernandez has a little bit of ice. Hernandez working her way in. She's going to cut to the outside, and now from the outside, looking to set it up. Hernandez is going to get pushed into the corner as the play continues. Ravens were on a change. Miguel comes in to help her out. Miguel digs the puck out. Now she's going to get some pressure on her. Back to Hernandez. Hernandez unable to go back to the blue line, and now picked up by one of the Flames. The Flames work their way up into the Ravens zone, and now into the middle, and a shot from the middle saved by Babcock, who directs it over to the corner. Ravens now battling for it behind the net. It gets centered out front. Hernandez is waiting for that, though, and Hernandez is going to skate up ice. So Hernandez, she just chips it, and that's going to be icing on the play as she's looking for a change. Puck will come all the way down into the Ravens zone to the right side of Babcock. Basket. Sear. And Cabana are their forwards with David and Macy out there as the defenders. Puck is dropped. Face off won there by the Flames. It gets on to Babcock, and she covers up the rebound. We get a stoppage again with 13:42 remaining in the period. Ravens down by 1. Sear for the face-off. Face-off won by Sear. It gets on the stick of Macy. Basket. She puts it over for Basket. Basket looks around for Cabana. Cabana tries to backhand it out in the middle. Ravens get it out into the neutral zone. It's on the Macy's stick. Macy leaves it for Basket. Basket works for the outside. She shoots it towards the net. It's chipped over into the corner by the goaltender. Cabana steps in. Cabana puts it around looking for Basket. It comes around to Macy on the far side. Macy steps up and holds it in. Now on the stick of one of the Flames, and the Flames put it down ice, and I think we're going to have icing on the play. Icing called with 13:04 remaining in the second period. Ravens down by 1. Santa takes face off. Face off to the right side of the Flames goaltender. Puck is dropped. Face off won cleanly by the Flames, but they're going to put it back to the corner. The Ravens had a stick on that briefly. Now gets on the Trans stick. Trans shoots gets to her shooting position. She hits the post on the far side. She had some room there. And the play continues as the puck comes back in behind the Flames net. Flames try to go behind the net, and the Ravens seal the wall off. Now it comes back out onto the back of the net. Flames come to the blue line, and now the Ravens get enough on that to slow them down, or they would have had a 2-on-1 the other way. Nishi with it on her stick. Nishi backhands it towards Wing. Wing can't handle that one. Now Wing picks it up. Wing's going to carry it to the outside. She tries to put it back out to the blue line, and now away with it is Tran. Tran coming in with Tran, 2-on-1. Well, she gets a stick check, and she can't handle that one. So the puck comes back out to the top of the circles, onto the stick of one of the Flames. Ravens step in to hold it onside, and now backhanded into the Flame zone. It comes into the neutral zone, and the Flames are going to carry it up ice. Flames into the Raven zone. Flames chip it towards the net, but well wide. Nishi has to battle off a check. She gets some help there from her Ravens defender. Now the Tran brings it out into the neutral zone. Play continues, and now goes over to the far side. From the far side, the Ravens hold it on the blue line, and now Tran's going to pick it up. Tran with some speed to the neutral zone. She backhands it across. Now gets onto the stick of one of the Flames as the puck changes hands yet again in the neutral zone. Flames bring it into the Raven zone. Now they drop it back. And a shot right on, saved by Babcock, who rolls onto that one. Face-off will be the left side of Babcock with 11:29 remaining in the second period. Ravens down by 1. Sear with it on the... Sorry, Sear's going to come out. Miguel, pardon me, is out there to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. It comes now to Sear. Sear's going to carry it behind the net. She stops up and puts it back on the near side. It comes off the wall and into the Ravens stick. That's Kay with it. Kay's going to battle her way up ice. Kay works her way in and shoots it around. She's going to try to put it around to the far side. First one there is Miguel. Miguel dumps it out in the middle. Now the Ravens work their way towards the net. It's shot near side into the feet of Kay. Kay battling in the side of the net. Now the puck gets stopped. 11:04 remains in the second period. The face off to the left side of the Flames goaltender. Kay, Miguel, and Sear out there for the forwards. It comes to Sear as Miguel won that one, but it's going to get chipped past the defender as the Flames put pressure on. Ravens get across center ice as the play continues. It comes around all the way around and onto Miguel. Miguel and Kay battling for it on the half wall. Kay gets it deep. It bounces right out front onto the stick of the defender and goes over to the far side. Ravens, Sear has it. She gets her pocket picked, and now there's a breakaway the other way. Flames in with it there. They take a shot. That's off the post short side and comes out the near side as Ravens get away with one there. Morin with it on her stick. Morin from behind the net. She puts it off the wall. That takes a funny hop. And now short side out into the slot. From the slot on to the point. From the point. Now a slap shot blocked there by the Ravens. Miguel. It goes over to the far side. From the far side, the defender jumps up on that one. Flames with it. Flames carrying it. Now they lose a handle on it. They try to center it. Ravens come in. They're going to take it over and fire it down ice. And we're going to get an icing call as the Ravens able to change it up and slow the play down. Babcock gives her post a couple of taps there. They're helped her out a couple of times this game. David and Macy out there for the defenders. McDonald, Hernandez, and Cabana are our forwards. Puck is dropped, face off one cleanly by the Ravens. David puts it out up ice and it gets into the feet of the defender for the Flames as the Ravens unable to clear it out. Now it comes to the middle of the ice. Cabana with a good defensive play. She picks it up now and the Ravens working their way in the zone. Cabana with a shot right on, saved by the goaltender who holds on to that one. Ravens on the doorstep looking for a rebound. Face-off will be the left side of the Flames goaltender. Hernandez to take the face-off. Puck is dropped. Face-off goes in behind the goal line. Hernandez has it on her stick. Hernandez has 4 black players right around her, and she loses a handle on it as the Flames try to come up ice. They get stopped up by McDonald, and now walking in is Hernandez. Hernandez with a clear-cut breakaway. She walks her way in. The backhand there. The goaltender makes a save. Hernandez with it. She centers it. It gets just past the player. Now David steps in. David with a move. Puts it out to the outside and hold it in deep. David's going to continue. Now back to Macy. Macy with it. She shoots it. It hits a stick and goes high over the net. As it's picked up by the Flames. Flames get it to the neutral zone, and David steps up. She's going to put it back deep as the Ravens have to touch up. Play goes over to the far side. Ravens on a change. That leaves a little bit of open ice, and off the bench, the play gets turned over. Now on the stick of Cabana. Cabana, she shoots it just wide of the net. And we're going to have a too many men call. 2, 4, 6 players on the ice. And the Ravens are going to the penalty kill for one more time. .8:52 remains in the second period. The Ravens are going to be down a player as the puck makes its way to the left side of Babcock, deep in the Ravens zone. Wing makes their way to the box. Tran out to take the face off on the penalty kill. It's on the stick of the Flames, and the Flames put it back deep in the corner. From the corner, Nishi steps in to put some pressure on. Tran comes in to help her out. Tran comes out with it. Tran squeezed on the wall. She loses a handle on it. Now she gets it back, chips it off the wall. Unable to get it out of the zone, though, as it goes back deep. The play goes around to the other side, and the Pompidou is the first one there. She tries to get it out into an open wing, and that comes back into the Raven zone. Nishi is going to eat it in the corner. Nishi killing some seconds off that clock. Tran comes in to help her out. Nishi and Tran battling in the corner. The puck squirts out onto Tran's stick. Tran, she battles a stick check there, and now she gets her pocket picked as the player comes right out front. She shoots right on, saved by Babcock. Comes off the wall, held in. Now back onto the stick of the Ravens, and they're going to get it off ice and get an opportunity for a change. Puck goes off the wall from the Flames zone. Flames 3 abreast coming through the neutral zone. Flames walking their way in, and now a drop pass. Ravens with a good stick check there by the forward basket, and she's going to get a shot on net from the other end of the ice. Ravens go for a change. Puck comes back out, and now it's 2-on-2. Walking in with it into a shooting zone with a drop pass, and Babcock's going to cover that as the Ravens get a change with 7 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in the second period. 27 seconds remaining in the man advantage for the Flames. Ravens win that one. Morin's going to take it to the corner. She holds on to it briefly. Now it comes back out. Morin battling there. Morin gets the puck taken away from her. And now we're set up here. Ravens step up to put some pressure on. Now a shot blocked by Morin. Now a shot right through. Babcock gets a piece of that one as the puck goes out to the corner. Now a pass across behind the net. It takes a really awkward bounce and stops up. Ravens now 5-on-5. But they haven't got the player in the play just yet, as the Ravens trying to get something going on here. Puck comes right out of the slot. Now over to the far side. Finally, the fifth player gets in, and Kay comes up ice. Kay has one player to beat with a back checker. She gets around her. Kay with it on her stick. Shot right on. Saved by the goaltender. Rolled onto that one. 6 minutes and 27 seconds remains in the second period. Ravens down by 1. Face-off is going to be the right side of the Flames goaltender. It's Sear out to take the face-off. So Sear wins it to Kay. Kay with a couple of moves, and now she shoots it right on, saved by the goaltender. Catches it off the blocker. Now comes back to the blue line, held by Sear. Sear backhands it in. Now down in, looking for Kay. It gets to the top of the circle, so now a pass in behind the forward for Clarington, and Clarington now gets it down the ice. No ice on the play. Sear has it. She stops up looking for Kay because of the blue line. Kay with a good stick chip there to get it around the defender, and now it comes back out into the neutral zone. Flames with it. Kay's on the wrong side of the blue line. Now it comes back in, and Kay is offside. So she dug it out, but the play had already come out of the zone. 5:47 remains in the second period. 1-0 is the score for the home team. Miguel to take the face-off. Face-off one comes over to McDonald. McDonald walking his way into the wing. It was bouncing on her, though. That rolling puck, she was unable to handle it. Now we have a 3-on-2 starting the other way. Offside called against Clarington as they came across the zone. 5:37 remains in the second period. Miguel out to take the face-off, just outside the Ravens zone. Puck is dropped. Miguel wins that one cleanly. He gets onto the stick of McDonald, but she chips it forward onto the defender's stick for Clarington. The Flames have it now, and they're going to fire it in behind the Ravens goal line. Macy back to pick that up. Macy on her backhand. She stops up, gets her pocket picked. And now a pass right into the slot. Ravens red. Well, Miguel reads that one. She gets a hold of it. Now her pass forward looking for Cabana. Cabana picks that up, walking her way in. Cabana with a shot through traffic. That's pushed wide by the goaltender. Puck comes back off the wall and now shot right on. Saved by the goalie who puts it into the corner again. Puck comes back down into the blue line. David gets a hold of it this time. She puts it back down low for Miguel. Miguel, she tries to come back to the blue line, but ends up going the other way. McDonald with it. She tries to come back to the point. That's onto a Clarington stick, and the Flames have it. Flames out to the middle, and now a partial break. Ravens back checking on that one. Cabana with a good move there. She picks it off the player's stick. The play continues around. Cabana has some open ice, and she comes up ice. Cabana and McDonald together. Cabana with a shot. Wide of the net, and it goes over to the near side. McDonald with it on her stick. McDonald goes across ice. Right into the slot looking for Hernandez. Hernandez unable to handle that one cleanly, and it goes off the wall and back to the blue line. Ravens hold it in, and they put it back in behind the net. Flames with it. They reverse the play. Over into the corner. Now out the hash marks. Basquette gets a stick on that. Hernandez with it behind the net now. Her pass back to the middle. And now a shot from the point. Just wide. It goes back out the far side. Onto the stick of Macy. Macy. She tries to chip it back to the middle. Play continues at the top of the circle. Now back to the blue line on Macy's stick. Macy holds the blue. Now it comes back out. And we have two players coming in on the Ravens zone. Now it's a 2-on-1. Well, what looked like a major offside there. Play continues. It's on the stick of the Ravens wing with a good move there. She cuts her way to the middle and a shot right on. Saved by the goaltender. Goes out the far side. Basket after it. Now for Hernandez. She leaves that for the defender. Sear now comes back to the Ravens, and it's going to come back in behind the net. It comes back out the side of the net. Ravens still have it. They try to put it back out in the middle, and that's pushed to the outside by the Flames. Play continues. It comes back down into the Ravens zone. Amadei, she's going to be the first one there. She chips it off the wall looking for Tran. Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. Now offside is being called. So the Ravens with a pass to Nishi just in front of her. She wasn't expecting that. Now it comes back to Tran. Tran with a pass looking for Kay. Kay pulls it down with a high stick, and now the play continues. He gets trying to center it. The Ravens hold it up to the outside, though. Amadei with it. She chips it forward looking for Kay. Kay unable to handle that one clean. Ravens with it on their stick. Tran. She's going to make a couple of moves as she comes out. Tran looking for Kay. Kay. Near side. Kay walking her way in. Now Kay with a shot. Saved by the goaltender as it goes over top of the net. Now Tran with it. Tran looking to go back to the blue line. Tran is going to change the play the other way, and now it comes back to her again. She's going to shoot it towards the net. Unable to get there, though, as it gets pulled down by one of the Flames. Flames get their pocket pick before they can get out of the zone. Now they chip it forward. It's chipped off the wall, and now the Ravens get it back down ice, and it's going to be icing on the play. No ice. Kay's the first one in there. Her centering attempt ends up on the stick of one of the Flames. Now a battle ensues from behind the net. Tran in behind the net. Tran pulls a puck off of one of the Flames. Now the Flames have it. Ravens slow it down at the blue line. Now it's going to get fired down ice. We have icing on the play with a minute 51 remaining in the second period. McDonald, Sear, and Miguel are the forwards for the Richmond Ravens out there. They've got Morin and Sear back on the blue line. Miguel lines up to take the face off. Puck is dropped, and the Ravens unable to handle it cleanly. Now stepping up on that more and slows it down, but it gets out into the neutral zone. Ravens now off the wall looking for McDonald. McDonald gloves that down and she passes it forward. It goes over into the Flame zone, but they get control of it. Now they have it. A saucer pass across from Miguel. Miguel with a little bit of room. She picks that one up cleanly. Now she just stops up. Her button hook buys her some time. She finds an open player, and now Sear with a shot right on. Saved by the goaltender. The rebound gobbled up before the Ravens can take advantage as they were on the doorstep. 1:23 remaining in the second period. Ravens down by 1. Face-off is going to be to the right side. Left side of the Flames goalie. Miguel to take the face-off. Puck drop, face-off won by Ravens, shot right on. Save made, and we'll do it all over again, same place. With 1:21 on the clock. Puck drop, face-off won, this time by Miguel again. She makes the same shot. Saved again by the goaltender. This one was rolling. And we're going to do it again. We'll change it up. Sear's going to step in the shooting position. Face off comes to Sear. Sear with a shot just wide of the net as it comes out the near side. Morin holds the blue as it goes back in behind the goal line. Play reversed by the Flames, but they don't get it too far when Ravens now unable to get control of it as the Flames have it in their own zone. Their cross-seam pass hits Miguel. Raven defender Sears steps up, and now it gets reversed back into the Flame zone. They go D to D, now up the wall on the near side. McDonald, she finds it now first, and now she puts it in for Sear. Sear stops up. She can't handle it cleanly. Now the play continues as battle happens on the wall. It comes back to Morin. Morin with a shot towards the net. Now comes out to the middle. Hernandez has it. Hernandez carries it to the corner now, and it gets reversed back up to the wall and pass out to the middle, and now the Flames bring it up ice. Flames looking for some open ice. Good stick check there by the Ravens, and now comes back onto a Flame stick. Flames stopped again by the Ravens defender. Basquet with a pass forward, and now Hernandez has some room. Hernandez working her way to the outside. Shot on the net. Ravens were on the doorstep, but a bit of interference there makes it so no shot was able to come off, and the Flames get it out to the neutral zone. From the neutral zone, it gets into the Raven zone, and from the Raven zone, it play stops as the whistle goes, and we are done the second period. Shots 20-16 in favor of the Richmond Ravens now, and it looks like there's going to be a ice clean going into the third period.